So we're good. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. There we go. Alright, mute this microphone here. We gotta tweet this. Tweet. And it's going to... and tweet. Tweet is good. And pop open. Paste. Okay. Oh, shnikes. So we're going to grab it. For anybody who's actually sitting around watching this, this is Teronsuke, and right now I am getting ready to go map the last 2 regions that we have to map here on Loki Land Minecraft edition. And right now I'm just getting my inventory cleaned out a little bit and get my stuff ready for what I need. And other than that, how you say, same old, same old. Now we have a little mapping technique we use here in Loki Land. It's I think it's kind of cool, actually, to be totally honest. We found that if we use a stopwatch and go 1 minute and 39 seconds in any direction, and then create our map from there, we will be starting in the dead center of that map. So it's a nice little trick that we've been using here during the mapping section of Loki Land Minecraft Edition. So let me go ahead and get stuff set up for what I need to do my mapping. So of course we need maps. So let's take ourselves 2 empty maps. Actually, we're going to need some more. We need 4 maps. And then of course we need a, how you say, an ass load of paper. So let's grab some paper. And then I need a crafting table and an anvil. So take our crafting table and an anvil. And that should be all that we need. So right now I'm actually starting off in a area that I just found, believe that or not. And so I need to get back to the spawn point, because we're going to do a little bit of cheating here. So let's go spawn. And now that we're at the spawn point, go ahead and get ourselves to the warp zone. And we're going to warp ourselves over to the Skyland, because this is where we need to warp at. Alright, close the door. And now, of course, I am at Loki Land Southwest right now. So let's grab our Southwest map. Southeast, Southwest. So this is where we are at right now. And it might be giving me some issues here. Nope, there I am. Okay. So basically, first and foremost, I need to take my happy ass to the other side of this map. Go through here. Let me grab my compass so I make sure I maintain my correct heading here. Okay. right about there. And this way you guys can take a little tour of our Skyland. As you see, I just put in a road, a little bridge all the way across the map. That was, I think it was earlier this week, a little project that I did while I was knocked down with the flu. That was not fun. It's one of our airships right there. Let's get around the airship so we don't knock into anything there, and get our heading back. And so yeah, this is just the boring part where we get to where we need to map at. So, and if I don't talk that much, yeah, deal with it. So I really don't feel like sitting here jammering on and on during mapping. So, you know, deal with it. Oh yeah, Arbiter Blade is busy playing some other game. I don't know what. Probably Dog Walker 2000, I'm not quite sure. So he's not here with me today. So, let's see, where are we at in the map? Oh, we're approaching another cluster of islands. Actually, right off to the left of me is the actual Skyland City. But we will not take a detour over there, so, again, deal with it. This is just mapping purposes, so... If I took all the little detours, this would be an all-day deal, and I really don't want to take all day to do the mapping. This is actually something I didn't want to do again, because we were doing server upgrades. And we got the server upgrade done. The minute we got done with the server upgrades, Mojang went down, and I couldn't authenticate my login to the server here. So I decided to just go ahead and do the mapping offline, locally. And so I did. I mapped all the remaining regions of Loki Land. It took a couple hours, to be totally honest. And I set up little pointers and whatnot. And unbeknownst to me, Arbiter had done more work on the trap region that he's been working on. That should be done hopefully shortly. I mean, it of course will be done before we go live, so I mean, no worries there. But I did not have a current backup locally of the server, and so if I was to upload just those two maps, it would have wiped out all the work that he had done. So we have a visual map for like the website and, you know, promotional items and stuff like that, but we just did not have an actual live map for here in world. So we're getting that taken care of now. Now the sad thing is I've already done this, right? So like I know what's out here and what's not out here. And now this next map that we're gonna uncover here is a decent area. But if I'm not mistaken, the northwest map is like 90% water and like nothing's there. So that's gonna be fun to map. So okay, let me get myself here to the dot. We are now off the map. We are now on to the next map. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my stopwatch here, my trusty iPhone. We're going to do a reset, and we are going to go. So now basically I'm just going to sit here and hold forward for 1 minute and 39 seconds, and I'm going to stop. Now the sad thing is, because I'm up in the air, there is going to be some drifting. So you're going to want to, when you're mapping, you want to start from the middle of your map. You're not going to end at the middle of your map, so just make sure that when you do come to a dead stop, then you go ahead and utilize your drifting, your left and right drifts, and get yourself back as close to center as you possibly can. We are at 32 seconds. 40 seconds. Now, the reason I grabbed out extra maps, too, is because I got to drop copies off in our secret underground bunkers. So, you guys will see that as well. We are at 1 minute. Also probably keep setting the time to day, too. just for shits and giggles, I guess. So we'll be doing most of our flyovers here in the daytime. 120. We're getting there. I haven't had a lot of drifting. That's good. Normally I'd be about 15 to 20 clicks off to the right or to the left. 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release. And there we go. Now, we should now be at the dead center middle or real close to dead center middle of our map. So what we want to do now is we want to hit the ground. Let me make sure I am. I can get a little bit more. There we go. Alright, that'll be good. And so now basically I just want to drop down. And this will work. I'm not, really picky here. So let's grab our crafting table, our anvil, and let's put this map away. Okay. And let's go ahead now and drop our crafting table down. Boop. And we need to take just one of these empty maps and put it right there. So again, first thing you need to do is grab your map, right click your map to view. We have some lava over there. Ooh, oh, there's some lava right there too. Nifty. Alright, here we go. So now we've got our map out. Right click on the crafting table. Oops. Hey, a little thing I learned. Don't use the compass. Alright, hold on here. Clusterfuck fail. Yeah, eventually I will learn not to use the compass for right-clicking. When you right-click, it takes you to the next nearest block. Alright, so we're going to drop our map, which is titled Map 52. Give you an idea how many maps we've been going through here. And take my paper, and we're going to enlarge the map. Alright, we have our map there. And so let's just drop it right to there. So we have our map in place. Put the map back in there again and take it in. We're going to zoom it in again. Just a little general note, if you do not know or care, it takes 32 papers to zoom the map out as far as you can get it. So keep that in mind when you're making your maps and zooming out, that once you get to 32 remaining left out of a full stack of 64, you're not getting any bigger than that. I think it's a times 4 times 5 is the zoom out, if I'm not mistaken. This would be number 3 right here. And this is going to leave us with 38. Or no, 32, this is it. We cannot go any farther than that. So yeah, it's a 4 times zoom. So now we have this one set up. This is our map, and as you see, we are dead center middle. We're a little over to the left, but what this is going to be used for now is if you wanted to take a screenshot of the final map once it's fully rendered, and you wanted to line it up with, say, one to the top, bottom, left, or right, you're going to have a better chance of lining up because you're starting all of your maps from as close to middle as you humanly possibly can. So that's what this is used for. Alright, so now I'm going to get rid of my crafting table. I'm going to drop my anvil down. And I want to right click on my anvil. I want to put my map in there. And this is going to be, this is west. Southwest, this is center west. So this is going to be Loki Land Center West. And take that sucker out. There we go. And we can kill that. And let's just put this stuff away so we don't accidentally click on anything while we're going. And now comes the fun part. Let's just zoom ourselves up. And we're going to go ahead and F3 with this here. So right now we're in a Forest Hills region, and basically this is just going to be, just go forward. And again, I don't really have a true direction going here. kind of cockeyed. I'll turn off my map and just fly around here. And this is where the magic doesn't happen. This is that long, drawn-out time process. Yeah, this one, I believe when I mapped this, there's 3 different villages here, if I'm not mistaken. If we do come across the villages, oops, I gotta stop and let it catch up. If we do come across the villages, I will drop signposts down so that there are mile markers. So no worries there. This thing draw itself, and we can continue. For those of you just joining us, we are finalizing the mapping process for Loki Land Minecraft Edition. Building and testing phases. We just got all the permission systems set up yesterday, and that was a big pain in the ass because I had to learn the YAML scripting language. And I am not a programmer or coder by any means. I am a designer and a marketer. You know, I make it look pretty and get people to see it. Other people make it work. So I had to do a nice little culture shock trying to learn all this scripting language. Now, hindsight, I probably should have had my 12-year-old do it for me. But, you know. We have a nice little snow biome here. Or is it called the taiga? Is that right? Taiga? Or taiga? Something like that. Alright, and we're going to stop. Come on. Something tells me this map is not zoomed out as far as it's supposed to be. Oh, that's 32. Okay. Just seems like my viewer here on the map's a little bit bigger than it normally would be. I'm not quite sure. But it says that's it. Full zoom. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot of lag on the server, if at all. And we do have a, you know, a very, very large world. I've already been told it's overkill. Not only by Arbiter, but also the host said that, God, your world's kind of big, isn't it? And I'm like, not really. We need bigger. But there are 9 mapped regions here. What we got there? Come on. Oh, jungle. Nice. And we have safe zone regions, we have PvP regions, PvE regions, we have our arena, we have Skyland, which we passed on the way here. We've got a rail system. We've got, there's a witch's hut. We've got everything you could possibly want. And we will be adding the wall too. We will be adding that as a separate world. Arbiter's been talking my ear off about how cool it is, so I spent some time. I watched a few YouTube videos, some gameplay videos, and so I don't get it personally, which isn't really surprising. There's a lot of stuff in gaming that I just don't get, but I understand it is popular. I can see why it would be popular. And so we will have it here in Loki Land Minecraft Edition. But we're going to make it a little bit different than what people are pretty much used to. One of the things that I kind of got a little bit pissy about watching all these different stream plays is that once you've played it once, you know where the stuff's at. And so you had most of these people who were just like, okay, you run here and I'm going to go run over here because if I dig right here and dig straight down, pillar down, I'm going to hit the lava and this big cave system with tons of minerals. Well, that kind of takes all the fun out of it, doesn't it? So what I proposed to Arbiter was that we'll do the walls rather, but we're going to change it for the first part, and we're going to have 10 different versions that could be loaded at any given gameplay time. Every 10th game, we will also then reload again and change where stuff's at. So this way, you get your experience of playing the walls, but nobody has any higher advantage over somebody else because they know where all the minerals are at, they know what chests are where, and where the good items are. And so kind of create a little more level playing field as well as a more overall better user experience. So that's the plan for the walls. And we will be adding that as soon as I find a compatible version of Multiverse to install and figure out exactly what I need to do to start adding more worlds. Because I'm not sure if we need to do each world on a different server, or if I just need to start uploading new folders. You know, I'm new to this, so, you know, it's a learning experience, to say the least. Well, all in all, this isn't a bad map. If I remember correctly, this end result's going to have pretty much all biomes that are available. And I think we were going to have this set up for a giant PvP area with... I don't remember if this is the one or not. I'm pretty sure this was going to be all PvP. And there would be chests hidden around here, as well as little goodies and healing stations that you'd have to kind of work for. I'm almost positive this is that area. Because I think the villages that were here and uncovered were pretty tiny and barren. Like, none of them had blacksmiths, so, you know, no chests, no goodies and stuff like that. And so I think we were just going to level out the villages so that we wouldn't be using this for factions, and just create it as a giant open free-for-all zone for PvP fights. I'm pretty sure that was the plan. But I could be wrong. Because we are really fucking big. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I really loathe mapping just because of the sheer time involved in it. As much as, like, I would really like to explore, you know, my full screen and not only seeing the sides of my screen, because as you all know, if you don't have your map up while you're mapping, it doesn't always render. So it's a big pain in the ass. That and the drifting really pisses me off. And originally, you know, the question came up was, well, should we map, or should we let, you know, all the users map? And, you know, you guys can map yourselves all you want, as long as you can create your, you know, craft your paper and craft your compasses and craft your maps. You can make as many maps as you want. But, you know, I wanted a general, this is what we have, this is where this is where that is, enjoy. We're also going to be using dynamic map, din map. We actually had it up, but I ended up deleting it and taking it away for a while because, yeah, you know, if anybody out there runs a server and they have din map, you know that it spikes your memory by 30%, you know, up to 30%. We were having a flux between 20 and 25%, and at the time, the server, we started with the lowest plan available just for the building process, because I didn't see the point of spending, you know, $80 to $150 a month just for building. You know, it's just a couple of us in here building and, you know, doing little tweaks and tests and seeing what works and what doesn't, what's compatible and what's not. And so why spend any more money than you really have to? So basically what boiled down to is, once we had din map in and we started the core render, I fucked up and did, render all, render full, and I also had the mapping set to full 1080 HD mapping. So it brought the server to a grinding halt, and basically when you were walking it was just like step, step, lock, step, step, lock, and it made building impossible. And so I upgraded to a few plans higher, and then just said, you know what, screw it, let's just kill dim map for right now. I've done what we need to get done, so that's what we've been working on. And we're just about ready for alpha testing, I think. I do not know how much farther Arbiter is on his treasure trap of doom. I know he got the ground floor set up first, and that's ready. And I haven't been over there to check it out lately, just because unless he's there to hold my hand and show me how not to die, I don't want to go there. Because, I mean, we touched on it in a couple of the YouTube videos, but he is a sadistic pup. And this is literally being set up where it's going to kill you at least a few times. You're not going to get out of that alive your first time through, no matter what. But that's also why, if you are one of the people who manage to make it to the end and collect the treasure, you will be put on our little wall of fame. You will be rewarded with, I believe it's 10,000 cash, in-game currency, not real cash. And I think it was 50 diamonds. I could be wrong. I don't know exactly what he's going to have in the chest. It's going to be everything in the chest, your name on a little hero's plaque, your 10,000 in-game currency, and then I think it's either a half stack or a full stack of diamonds. So I'm not quite sure, but it'll be well worth it. Now, I finally convinced him to put in a bed and to put in a chest so that you can lock up your shit before you leave. Because, like I said, you're going to die. And at least this way, you don't have to, lose everything you took in there with you. So, my advice to you guys is when the unnamed treasure trap of doom opens up, wait till nighttime, take a little nap, set your spawn point there, and drop off all of your shit you don't want to lose in the chest, and then go die. And the chest will be locked to just your name. We've got that nice little option there. Basically what I'm thinking about is making like a little locker room type thing, where you open a chest, and inside the chest is infinite stacks of chests. And so you'll grab your chest, you'll drop it down, and now once you drop that chest down, that's your chest. No one else can mess with it, so you'll be good to go. It's similar to a railway system where you open the chest and grab your own minecart and keep that with you for your entire gameplay. Unless, of course, you lose it. Another thing we just got installed today was the mob drop. You now will earn in-game currency by killing creatures and other players too. So that's cool. We've got some multiplier bonuses. You'll make more money at nighttime as it's harder at night. You make less money during the day, of course. But there's less things to kill during the day, unless you're mining and whatnot. And then you've got God knows what out there. And there's also an arena plugin that, and by we I mean me, because I've been stuck doing all the coding. So hey, yay! So I got to figure out how to work that into Arbiter's Arena, so that there's a monetary reward for every round that you win, over and above what happens when you kill the player. And I'm still working on finding somewhat of an updated achievements mod, because the original achievements mod I don't think will work with 1.4.6, and I definitely don't think it's going to work with our version of Craft Bucket, so that's kind of a pain in the ass. Now, I looked at the achievements 2.0, and that looked promising, but I'm not 100%. So basically, I'm going off of